My BF booked our tickets for a different day. I'm tired, frustrated, and contemplating breaking up with him. What would you do in my place? I, 24F, have been dating my boyfriend, 27M, for 2 years long distance. We don't live together, but due to our demanding jobs, we try to see each other at least 3x/month. Overall, I can say many positive things about our relationship. However, things took a turn a few weeks ago, and I can't seem to forgive him. For context, I'm very much a type A person. I need everything planned and to be in order. However, since I'm always planning things with friends, BF, or at work, I get worn down pretty quickly, and it takes a toll on my mood. He, on the other hand, is very laid back and goes through life with an it-is-what-it-is attitude. So, naturally, it has always been me who's been planning activities, booking places to stay, sightseeing, and holiday all throughout our relationship. A year ago, BF got me tickets for my favorite artist, and I've been excited ever since. I still had to book transportation, hotel, and plan activities though, but I didn't mind as long as we could get to see the artist in time. Spoiler alert. We missed the concert because BF booked the tickets for a different day and we couldn't get a refund. Safe to say, I've never been more disappointed in my life. I still feel physically, emotionally, and financially drained, and that I can't rely on him. I decided we needed to go on a break, and I've been talking with my friends and my therapist about what to do. My therapist said that I'm processing it as a betrayal and a breach of trust. My friends are telling me it's up to me if I want to continue the relationship, but if they were in my shoes, they couldn't trust him with anything ever again. I understand that it's a mistake anyone could have made, and in the end it's not that serious. He has apologized about 1,000,000 times and feels very sorry about how he let me down. But at the same time, all this pent-up frustration that's inside me keeps reminding me he had one job and still managed to ruin the experience for me. Of course, not everything is black and white. Besides this character flaw, he's a very good boyfriend, kind, funny, and we have the same opinions on politics, human rights, etc. Basically, all the serious life stuff. I can't seem to get over this mistake, though. We were planning on getting married and spending the rest of our lives together, yet I don't want to end up being the only one pulling the weight. Advice would be greatly appreciated. TLDR, I always plan every activity. BF had one job of buying tickets and messed it up. I'm tired and I feel alone. I don't know what to do. Edit. There seems to be some confusion regarding booking and tickets. There were 2 concerts. One was happening on the 31st and second was on the 1st. BF told me we had tickets for the second concert, so I booked everything in accordance to that. Then on the 1st, he realized we had tickets for the 31st, so the day after we were supposed to attend the concert. Also, only he had access to the tickets. Hope that clears it up a bit. Edit 2. So far I've seen people form 3 stances in the comments. Break up with him, or I will have to manage him for the rest of my life. Give him a chance with a set of boundaries, or I'm actually neurotic and he should break up with me. I've done some introspection and considering all the facts, uneven mental load, distance, how long we'd still be apart, my reaction, I've drafted a message explaining how I felt, highlighting how much I still care about him. I've also written a few questions to ask him about the future of our relationship. He probably thought a lot about our relationship as well, and if he doesn't want to be with me, I'm not going to force him. I'll ask him probably next week. Not sure if anyone wants an update on that though. Overall, this situation has saddened me, and I feel extremely uncertain about my future. Thank you to all kind Redditors who actually offered great advice. Update. I've thought a lot about other people's experiences and did a lot of self-reflection. Here's the update to my previous post. So long story short, we broke up amicably. For those who want the longer version with a bit of recap of the entire situation, I omitted a lot of details and lied about our personal lives, just so I could get truly unbiased opinions. To tell the truth, I'm a med student, got into med school a bit later because, well, life happened. He's just finished law school. At the time of the concert, I had to study for my anatomy final and could not have any distractions, but I told myself that the concert would be a treat to myself during this tough time period. We had arrived at his friend's place where we'd be staying, and TBH, I've never felt so unwelcomed and out of place in my entire life. Me, my BF, let's call him Jim, His friend Jane and her BF John decided to go to a restaurant in the evening, and Jane basically didn't acknowledge me for the entire evening. Every time Jim had to leave the table, Jane would turn to John and pretended I wasn't there. I then heard her say that after dinner, she'd like to go get something cheap and sweet to eat, to which I proposed a certain shop in the city we were in. Jane replied that it smelled there. After asking her how did the shop smell, she looked me in the eyes, laughed, and said it smelled like poor people. When Jim returned, I took him aside and told him what Jane has said to me, to which he just laughed. For the rest of the evening, it was clear I was sticking out from the group because the conversation topics were about things I had no knowledge about, so I couldn't participate in them. So I sat in silence until we came back to Jane's flat. I then cried in the shower. I felt completely useless, like the evening would have gone exactly the same whether I was there or not. The next day, the ticket incident happened. Jim checked the tickets and realized he booked them for the day before. I tried to get the tickets and was contacted by a scammer and got scammed circa 80 euros. Already talked to police, but they put the investigation on hold. During this time, Jim kept repeating how stupid he was and that he would fix everything, just didn't know how. The artist won't come to our country anytime soon, BTW. Jim also never said how he would prevent similar mistakes from happening again. After that, I didn't speak to him for almost 2 weeks and took to Reddit. In the end, I decided to give him one last chance and said probably both of us should work on our communication. He said he didn't expect me to give him another chance, didn't know how to react, so he thought it over for 12+ hours and didn't contact me. During this time, I kind of emotionally accepted he didn't want to be with me anymore. The next day, Jim agreed to give another try, but the excuses started. He kept telling me he would be jobless during the summer, money would be tight, we wouldn't be able to travel anywhere, that I should enjoy my summer, etc. To me, it sounded like he wanted an out but didn't want to be the bad guy and proposed the breakup. Come to find out, he wasn't as broke as he was telling me because he attended a film and music festival. Doing the math, he probably spent around 300 euros. So I messaged him that I'm tired. He didn't even say sorry after Jane insulted me, and I didn't see him making any effort in planning our future and owning up to his mistakes. We wished each other well. We would be open to communication if we ever crossed paths again, and I now feel like somebody close to me died. Rationally, I know I did the right thing, but I've never broken up with anyone amicably before, and grieving this relationship is extremely hard on me. Thank you all for reading.
Take care.